Today we have a video from EWU Bodycam, and the title of the video is When a PDF Gets Caught in the Act.
And we were in that restroom and she forced me to drink the alcohol and tobacco. And that's when she started touching me.
La niña quería, dijo, la niña quería que lo hiciera. Le dije, no es cierto, es una niña, tú eres una adulta.
How old was she?
11 years.
When a woman notices her sister is nowhere to be found after a house party, a light on in the bathroom tells her something isn't right. But when she finally makes it inside, the scene leaves her and police reeling.
Touch her.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Around 4:30 a.m. on March 22, 2020, officers in Albuquerque, New Mexico were dispatched to a local home after receiving a report about child abuse. Once they arrive, they're immediately met by the victim's older sister, Claudia, whose name has been changed to protect her identity.
Hi. Did you call us?
Yes, I did.
Okay, how can I help you?
We were asleep and I had a friend staying here. She's like 30 years old.
Okay.
Apparently she woke up my sister. She's 11 years old.
Okay.
And she took her to the restroom and tried to do something to her.
Claudia explained she was having a party at her home that evening with a few friends when she discovered one of those friends in the bathroom with her little sister Mila, whose name has also been changed. One officer takes Mila into a back bedroom to ask her what happened, and what she says can only be described as a waking nightmare.
I know you're scared. The ambulance is going to come check you out. Just tell me what happened, okay?
So I was asleep.
Okay.
The woman,
Yeah.
I don't know her name.
Okay.
She woke me up.
This is nasty work, man. Nasty work. Imagine the outrage it would be if that was a guy. So I want to see that same outrage because it's a woman. Let's go. Let's go. We know she ain't gonna get no time. People don't get no time for crimes like this, which is sickening. These PDF crimes, they don't get no time, man. Sad. Oh man, let's get to it.
And she took me to the restroom.
This one?
Yes, right there.
Okay.
She gave me alcohol and she gave me tobacco. I don't know what she did.
Did she like force it?
Or yes.
The woman Mila is describing as 28-year-old Jamie Sandoval Gonzalez. She'd been planning on spending the night, but Claudia kicked her out once she discovered her in the bathroom.
And that's when she started touching me.
Mila's story is gut-wrenching, but as she continues, it's clear that she has yet to describe the worst of her horrific experience.
She got naked too?
Yes.
Okay.
And she didn't take off her pants or anything like that, but she just took off her shirt and her bra.
Mila goes on to explain that she has no idea how long she was in that bathroom, but eventually her sister came to her rescue.
What happened?
So I woke up and I saw the light of this restroom on. So I started knocking and I heard the shower thing on. So I'm like, who's it? She's like, it's me. And then I heard my sister, I'm using the restroom, hold on.
Your sister said, this little one said she used the restroom.
Yeah. And then I opened it with the keys and she wouldn't let me, the older one. Then I'm like, open the door, I need to go in there. What are you guys doing? I opened the door and my sister was sitting on the toilet. And I saw she was wearing red lipstick, the lady. So I saw my sister full of red lipstick all over her face. So I'm like, are you kissing her or what's going on? And my sister wouldn't tell me nothing. She was like in shock, like, I'm like, what's wrong with you? What are you doing here? She's like, she made me come into the restroom. No, and I told her off. I'm like, why did you do this? She's a little girl. You have kids too. Because she has two boys. And I'm like, what are you thinking? And I kicked her out.
So you didn't see anything else? You just saw the marks on her face?
On her face, yeah. And she was using the restroom. So the moment she cleaned herself, the paper was full of red lipstick. So I guess she was doing.
Okay, where's that paper at? Where's the toilet paper at?
And put it on the toilet because I flushed it.
You flushed it?
I think.
Claudia wasn't the only one who witnessed the aftermath of Jamie's assault on Mila. A couple other friends were also staying the night and witnessed Claudia's discovery and chaotic aftermath. One friend was standing nearby and describes Jamie's attitude.
Wait, but why? Hold on a minute. Nobody hears nothing. Nobody's making no noise. Nobody's screaming for help. Nothing. Not to put blame on the victim, because you don't want to victim blame, but you're 11. You know something's not right. You know at 11, you know what's going on. You know, and you know something's not right. You don't scream. Even when the sister discovers her, oh, I'm just using the bathroom. I'll be like, get me out of here. Help. Get me out of here. None of that. I don't know if this lady, was told her, oh, you better not say nothing or something of that nature or whatever. But in real circumstance, this is your house. Man, you better be screaming. What? That's insane.
La Jamie. ¿Qué te dijo?
Ella dijo, la niña quería que lo hiciera. Le dije, no es cierto, es una niña, tú eres una adulta.
Jamie had been driven to the party by Claudia and her brother, so she left on foot. But where she is now is anyone's guess. After she was gone, Claudia's attention immediately turned to her sister.
Oh, my sister, she better get out of the house and then shower.
You showered?
Yes, okay. So,
Just to get rid of the smell? Or?
yes, yeah.
Okay.
My first reaction, she couldn't talk. She was crying and my first reaction was, take off your clothes, let me get you in the shower. Because when I saw she was using the restroom, she had a piece of toilet paper in her hands full of red lipstick. Like Jamie was starting to kiss her down her body.
Officers want to learn how Jamie even ended up at the party, and it turns out she and Claudia aren't close. They'd known each other when they were younger and only reconnected recently.
How long have you known Jamie?
How long have you known her?
I know her since like 10 years ago, but not like. I know her more, her sister and her mom.
Okay, how did since you're not that close to her, never, how did she come over here?
I opened Facebook like a week ago, and we add each other, and we started, hey, what's up? And we started talking like 4 days ago, and then I invited her to the house, and I'm like, hey, sure. And she came, and I was like, she was gonna spend the night here.
Mila was also just spending the night, and her mom left just shortly before she was brought into the bathroom. Her mom is called back to the house, and EMS arrives to examine her.
So, hey, hi. This person gave her alcohol and made her smoke tobacco. Talking to her, she does kind of seem like honest. Yeah.
How are you feeling? I'm okay. Not a bit nervous. That's all.
Meanwhile, a bolo is put out for Jamie. Soon, Mila and Claudia's mother arrives and gives consent to take Mila for a sexual assault exam. But before they can leave, officers get word that a woman matching Jamie's description has just been detained at an intersection nearly 2 miles away.
You Jamie? Hey, I'm Officer Reynoso with the Albuquerque Police Department. Hey, what's your social real quick?
I don't know.
Where were you born?
I'm Chihuahua.
Chihuahua? Oh, okay. You have a driver's license?
No.
No? Okay. So why did you just tell him a different name than what you told us?
Well, that one's my first name, and I'm always just Arely.
Arely? What's your full name?
Jamie Arely.
So I'm going to let you know right now, when somebody in a uniform like this asks you what your name is, we want your true first name and your true last name.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't deal with middle names. We want first and last name, okay? The one that's going to be on the ID.
That one, what's on the ID? Well, oh my
Then I
God.
want both of them.
Okay.
How'd you get over here?
So I'm in the party with my friends,
Uh-huh.
and I'm trying to stay there. But we have a little problem there.
What's the little problem?
So one of the little girls,
Uh-huh.
she say I'm trying to touch her.
Yeah, why would the little child say that?
Because, well, all the night she's talking to me,
Uh-huh.
and I know she's so drunk. But she don't want me to talk to anyone.
What? How old was she?
11 years. And I'm just staying with her brother.
Jamie admits to having with Claudia and Mila's older brother earlier in the evening. This was prior to assaulting Mila. However, that assault isn't the only reason she's being detained.
Did you know you had 4 misdemeanor warrants?
Yeah.
You did?
Jamie is wanted for 4 separate traffic-related warrants, all from a few years prior. She's arrested for those warrants, as well as criminal in the first degree, and transported to the Prisoner Transport Center before being booked into jail. However, this story is far from over. At her assault exam, Mila repeats what she remembers, but with the added detail that Jamie had grabbed her by the neck. In a later interview, the nurse who examined her discusses her findings with Jamie's lawyer.
I found some marks in her neck, on the frontal area on the right side of her neck.
Did you photograph those marks?
Yes.
You did? Okay.
The nurse also took numerous swabs and a blood sample, which show Mila's blood alcohol content was 0.06%. Jamie ultimately faces 4 charges for her assault on Mila, 2 for criminal in the first degree, as well as false imprisonment and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. However, the prosecution later drops all but the criminal charges. Jamie pleads not guilty, and the case is set to go to trial. However, by the time pre-trial interviews are being conducted, Mila is 15, and she remembers things differently now.
I was under alcohol.
Okay. How much alcohol did you drink?
A lot for my age.
Were you drinking beer or was it something else?
It was tequila.
Okay.
Yeah, because I finished the rest of a bottle that they had left there in the fridge.
Okay.
And, well, there was people getting there, so there was just a bunch of alcohol everywhere. So I was just drinking whatever I could, basically.
She explains that she'd been hiding in that hallway, away from the crowd of people, when Jamie finished having sex with her brother.
That's when she walked out of the room, and I was in the hallway because I wasn't trying to get seen by my sister or anybody that was going to get me in trouble. So then she was like, oh, my goodness. And that's when she took me to the restroom, and she was telling me how great her was. And I mean, I thought she was just going to tell me how great it was and get over it. But no, she just started kissing me.
On the stand, however, Jamie denies everything. Her story is markedly different from Mila's, which she tells in court with the help of an interpreter.
So how long had you been in the bathroom before walked in?
So I think maybe about a minute after I'd gone in, because I hadn't locked the door since I wasn't using the bathroom. I was just trying to fix myself up.
While she was fixing herself up, she claims she took a piece of toilet paper to blot her red lipstick, which ended up being the piece of toilet paper Claudia saw and assumed Mila had used to wipe herself. That's when Mila came into the bathroom.
So did knock to come in, or how did she get into the bathroom?
She just opened the door a little bit, and she said, I heard what you did with my brother, and then she came in.
What did you tell her?
It was just embarrassing, so we both laughed, and I said, how embarrassing that you heard that.
What happened after that?
Well, she stayed in the bathroom. She was leaning on the door, and I kept fixing my hair, and she told me that she liked women and that she liked me.
How did you respond to that?
I told her that she was crazy because I had just been with her brother and that she was just a girl.
What happened afterwards?
When she lunged at me to kiss me, I tried to move her away from me to calm her down, and she said that she wanted me to give her an. And since she was so drunk, she fell to the floor, and that's when, and it was a loud thud, and that's when and the others came in, or when tried to come in.
Jamie insists that neither.
That don't sound like a bad story. That don't sound like a bad story.
Of their clothing was ever off, and she never touched Mila. The discrepancies are vast, and Jamie's defense attorney focuses on them in his closing argument.
What happened in this case is the story changed. When you say something different, it's not that you are forgetting, it's that you are now fabricating. Now you're lying. I do believe that is a victim, but I don't think she's a victim of anything that my client did. I think she's a victim of the way she's being raised and the things that she's allowed to be a part of. She, we know, cannot give consent. We know that. But that's not the issue here. There was no act. She's just not telling the truth.
The prosecution, on the other hand, asserts that memory degrades and changes over time. And in this battle of she said, the one thing that can't be disputed is the evidence. The results of the swabs taken during Mila's exam tell the truth. Jamie's DNA was found on Mila's area, despite her having showered that night. And while no testing was done to determine whether that DNA got there from touch or saliva, the prosecution is clear. Her DNA shouldn't be there at all.
Very disturbed that defense got up here and said that is a victim of how she was raised. No, she's a victim of...
Wow. Woo! Now it's very interesting because it shouldn't be there, right? But the story that the other lady says is that she was in there fixing herself, fixing herself up, wiping her face or whatever, and that was the napkin, and she ends up using the napkin to wipe herself or whatever, right? That story does sound far-fetched, right? But the one thing that stands out to me is, why did the victim have marks on her neck? Whatever the older lady is talking about, it does not explain why she has marks on her neck, and the victim said that she was choked.
What she did to her. She was a victim of being put in that bathroom, being assaulted by the defendant. But let's go put the blame on the rest of the family. Okay, so we're going to say nothing happened because of little tiny inconsistencies that have no bearing in this case? No. What the issue is what she did to her. She's not a victim of her family situation. That is disgusting to even bring that up. She is a victim of assault by the hands of this defendant. She can sit there and smile all she wants. She knows she did this. She has no way to explain how that DNA got there.
The jury is sent to deliberate, but return deadlocked the next day. The judge declares a mistrial with the caveat that the prosecution has the right to try Jamie again, which they do. In 2025, Jamie is found guilty on both counts of criminal of a child under 13. She's sentenced to 18 years on both counts, to be served concurrently. The sentence is mitigated to 15 years due to her age and lack of criminal record. According to court documents, she will be appealing her sentence.
$18 years, I think is appropriate, but I will be lying to say that I'm not shocked at the outcome. The prison I worked at had a SOP program, and I've worked those dorms. I've seen the time that some of these guys get, and SOP is a ex-offender program, right? But a lot of guys don't get time like that for this, unless it's something violent, like there was violence involved with it, then you might get something. But something that's pretty plain Jane like this, you don't see people get a lot of time for that, which is messed up. It's messed up. I'm glad she got 18 years or whatever, 15 years, you know, I'm happy. But I am shocked. Wow, this was interesting. And I could see why the first trial they would come back deadlocked, because there's a lot of, both stories can go one way or another. You see my reaction to these videos is I'm just saying my thoughts as we going along, and my opinion of the situation swayed as the story was going along. So if I'm being swayed like that, then I know a jury would be, because each side, and then the changing of the story as the girl got older and everything, and you know, and it's a lot. But I think the outcome is correct. Either way it goes, you know, a child of that age cannot, you know, child period cannot give consent or whatever. Like, you took advantage, whatever, you know. Even if we want to go with the other story, right, of, oh, you know, we was having a party and I was drinking, but I didn't want to get caught by my sister, so I was hiding it, and then I came on and says, let's say the girl comes on to the woman or whatever, still it can't happen. Like, it's not, you can't give consent. It's over with. Like, what are you talking about? You know, this is just, that's a predator, man. Wow, fuck, I said the word. Ah, shit. YouTube, don't cook me, man. I was doing so good. Don't cook me, please. Oh my God. It's later in the video, so hopefully they don't, because really they only be looking in the beginning. That's why that's why in the beginning I didn't say the actual title, the word. I said PDF. You know what I'm saying? Please, YouTube, please don't violate. Don't violate, man. Don't violate, man. Please. I'm begging you, man. Let me eat. Let me eat, man. Damn. All right, I'm off this, man. I'm glad you made it to the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hype the video. Those are all free things to do. If you're looking for some paid options, you can send a super thanks, a super sticker, or look in the description section where you will see links to our memberships, YouTube membership, and our Patreon. And I'm gonna catch you in the next video. Thanks for your support.